And now that I've read the speaking order, it is my great honor to introduce our first speaker, Glen Pritchard, the Scourge of Toastmasters, the Scourge of Toastmasters, Glen Pritchard.
The Scourge of Toastmasters is not the business meeting, as it turns out, although that's close. The Scourge of Toastmasters is the motivational speaker. My fellow Toastmasters, I know this message will come as a slap in the face to some of you who think motivational speakers have changed your life, made you what you are today. But I want you to know that this slap is with the hand of love. I'm trying to wake you up from the motivational addiction that these people have you under. In order for me to convey my message, though, I have to use their words. When you confront a motivational speaker, those folks look like the rest of us. But you will know that you're in front of a motivational speaker if they start talking about the bar. They love to talk about the bar. They talk about setting the bar, they talk about raising the bar, they talk about hurdling over the bar. Somebody talks to you about the bar, you know you better watch out. Let's talk about this bar. For most of us, the bar is set right about here. Life is hard. Life has its challenges. We all have our careers, we all have our families, we all have challenges of everyday life. The bar is set pretty high, but we can usually get over it. It's usually manageable. Sometimes we stumble a little, sometimes people help us up, but that's life. That's where the bar is. That's what the bar is supposed to be. That is, until the motivational speaker gets a hold of you. The first thing the motivational speaker will do is look at your bar and they'll say, that seems a little low to me. Are you some kind of slacker? Now they'll sugarcoat that, but that's what they're doing. And they're very convincing. We've seen a lot of them here today. You got to be very careful with them. And they'll say, you're special, you're smart, you can do anything you want. You can set your sights at the stars and you can achieve anything you want. And then they'll tell you a story about a person that overcame tremendous odds to achieve miraculous things. And then they'll say something to compare that person to you, and they'll say, if Jesus could do all those things without you, don't you think you should set your sights a little bit higher? And they will make you want to say yes, and that's the question. They'll ask you the question, don't you want more? And they'll ask that question over and over again until you're dying to say yes. And once you do, your life is not yours anymore. They'll tell you that you got to write down your goals. And you got to raise that bar. And pretty soon, all of your children will be going to Ivy League colleges. You'll become the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. You'll start your own philanthropic organization. You will achieve the Nobel Prize in peace and chemistry and physics all in the same year. And you will still have time to make doilies with and in a quieter time, you'll step back and you'll look at the bar and you'll be afraid. But the motivational speaker will sweep those fears aside and say, well, if that's the best you can do, I guess that's the place to start. And then they will set you out to achieve your goals. And the motivational speaker knows that there's only two possible outcomes, success or failure. You'll make it over the bar or you won't. And here's the secret. The motivational speaker, they don't care. Either way, success or failure, they'll be back in your life. Let's say by some miracle that you make it over the bar, that you've achieved those outrageous goals. The only thing they'll do is come back to you and they say, don't you want more? Can they always say that? No matter what you've accomplished in your life, they can always say, don't you want more? They can always raise your bar until failure is inevitable. Much more likely is that you will fail. And there you'll be, lying in the gutter, battered and bruised, lying in the carnage of your shattered dreams. And through the fog of your own self-loathing, you will see the face of a motivational speaker. You're not facing your fears. You don't exercise the power of positive thinking. You're not using foundational networking. And for $179, they'll teach you how to fix yourself so that you can achieve your goals. And pretty soon, and once again, they'll send you out to achieve your goals. And again, there's only two possible outcomes, and they don't care. Either way, success or failure, they'll be back in your life. And that completes the cycle of motivational addiction. Pretty soon, your shelves will be lined with their books. As you scurry from activity to activity, trying to achieve your goals, you'll be listening to their tapes on CD. One day you will wake up and there will be a house full of motivational speakers that you've hired as your life coaches to run every aspect of your life. Your neighbors will complain about the lost souls that go in and out of your house at all times of the night and day, looking for a quick motivational fix. In the night, one of these you can hear in your neighborhood, one of these will yell, "I must succeed!" Yes, you're living in a motivational crack house. Don't let this happen to you. I learned long ago, rather than raising the bar, the key to happiness was lowering the bar. A couple of years ago, I committed myself to get up in the morning and that's it. It wasn't quite perfect though. One time I committed to get up in the morning and it was 12:15 when I got up. I know I opened a crack, just the door, it opened a crack just a little bit and failure flooded into my life. So now I never set a goal unless I have already accomplished it. A couple of weeks ago, I decided to go to law school and get my degree. I've been a practicing lawyer for 20 years. This has been a difficult speech for me to give, but I can see I've reached some of you today. And if I can just save one life, it would have been worth it.